What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Okay, you guys, before we get to the news and gossip, we got to talk about the blackout. Y'all know I'm going to be in this blackout. Are you guys coming? You know about it, right? It's a day party. It's here in Atlanta. It's on July 16th. Actually, it's going to be a weekend, July 15th and 16th. On the 15th, we'll be going to Six Flags, and we'll be partaking in family fun, riding on the roller coasters. Well, y'all will be. I ain't getting on no roller coasters. I'll be there, though. And then on Saturday, July 16th at the Crow's Nest from 3 to 8 p.m., it will be the blackout, you guys. And if you were here last year, you guys know that it was indeed a stone cold groove. So I'm looking forward to this year as well, seeing all the rock stars and, you know, everybody else who decides to come. Like I keep telling you guys, I be acting like it's my own fucking party. I'm gonna chill this year though, you guys. I ain't gonna, Roxanne promises not to turn up quite so tough this year, okay? I just want to enjoy everybody's company. I did last year too, so this year I actually want to make sure I eat this year, because I didn't get none of the food really, but dancing and taking so many damn pictures. But yeah, you guys, I think I got my outfit pretty much together. Well, I know what I want to wear, I should say. I ain't quite got it yet, but I have an idea what I want to wear, and I already know what my hair is going to be doing. So, yes. Are you ready for the blackout? Hey, are you ready for the blackout? It's the way, you guys. That's pretty much it on that, you guys. Let's get to the bullshit. That's just too matchy, huh? When I was putting my lipstick on, I was like, that was not the right choice, Roxanne. But it's that damn liquid lipstick. The shit be on like cement once you get it on. So I could take it off. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, you live and you learn, right? Before we get to the gossip, let's talk about the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It was the other day. I'm not sure exactly what day it was, but we all saw it on Instagram. We saw the fashions. We saw all of the people that were going. And we did, unfortunately, see the speech that comedian Larry Wilmore gave. Listen, you guys, y'all know I'm liberal, and you guys know I can take a joke. For sure I can. Try not to be too sensitive. Yeah, there's times when I get in my feelings like anybody else, but for the most part, I try to understand what the joke is and appreciate it for what it is, right? Okay. All that being said, Larry Wilmore, the fact that he gave this speech on the accomplishments of, the first black president, for him to end it with, you did it, my nigga. It was just, yeah, no. And as much as I say nigga, and you guys know my stance on the word, I just felt like, why did he do that? I do it here on my channel because it's my channel. I'm not going to other people's places and saying shit like that when I'm not too sure if it's welcomed. You're at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and you are giving a speech about the accomplishments of a black man in office. We ain't in the kitchen with all our homeboys and homegirls, okay, of the same persuasion, and we just saying, yeah, Obama, President Obama, that's my nigga. No, we're not saying it like that. We are in front of a bunch of people, black, white, and everything in between. People who appreciate President Obama for what he has and has not been able to accomplish but tried to do. There's people there that might not necessarily like him, but not only just in that audience, you guys, when you look at the whole world that's looking in on something, and we went 8 fucking years with nobody having the nerve and the gall enough to say it on camera, talking about President Obama, and then you get a black person get up there and say, you did it, my nigga. Okay, I understand what he was trying to do. Okay, he was keeping it real. He was keeping it 100. But sometimes we just don't need to do that. Not when it's the other people around. I've told you guys that plenty of times. We can say it amongst each other. But, I know white folks watch my channel. I appreciate all my white male and female rock stars out there. I appreciate all of them. Okay, but if I was at their house, I'm not gonna be saying nigga. I'm just not gonna do it. This is my house. That's why I do it now. And even though it might not make sense to people still have problems with me saying nigga, and I appreciate. I understand why you have the problem. It just doesn't. I'm just not affected that way. God is still working on me. Ain't no telling what may happen in the years to come. But for right now, I just feel like that's not something that we need to say about the president, you know, at a White House Correspondents' Dinner, no matter how edgy or roast-like the atmosphere is, because that's really what the White House Correspondents' Dinner is. It's like a roast. But yeah, he took it too far. I'm sorry, he just took it too far. I would never, ever disrespect the president in a setting like that, ever. Just giving the white folks, you know, just the ones who don't like him, the ones who really want to call him that with the ER on the end, just giving them the chance to be able to comment like, well, you know, Larry Wilmore said that, and if he said that about his own, you know, just like, no. So I was very disappointed that he did that. Everybody was taken aback. I still don't know if the joke went over all that well, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I didn't think that it was appropriate or necessary for the last dinner of the last black president for quite some time, if you ask me. I just didn't think that it was necessary. President Obama did get up there and speak, and you know, he was able to bring it back in, threw his dibs out and his shade, and you know, him and Michelle Obama are right now, they're just having a good time. It's the end. They don't give a fuck. They inviting every black celebrity known to mankind to the to the White House. Fuck, I feel like I might be able to get up in there and have lunch with them. Shit, okay? So, you know, it's good. Like, I really will miss this family for a lot of reasons. Not gonna get into it or anything, but I just believe that they represented themselves so well. Yeah, I'm going to miss them. Of course, he does the little Obama out, drops the mic, okay, like Soul Glow. You know. I'm sad to see him go. It's bittersweet. It's 8 years. I know he's over it, and it's time to go. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Very nervous about our future. Donald Trump, everybody done dropped out. He's the last Republican standing, so he is the GOP nominee. I'm going to need the GOP, you know, to sit down and understand how they lost control of their own fucking party. Damn ridiculous, right? It looks like Hillary Clinton is going to be the one going against Donald Trump. I just feel real sad about our future. I'm not leaving the United States, though. This is my fucking country. I'ma tough it out like everybody else. That's it, y'all. Did my little news for the day. Let's get to the bullshit. Okay, well, this story isn't bullshit. Janet Jackson, you guys remember I did a story about the fact that she canceled her tour because she and her husband, Mr. Wissam Al-Mana, is planning their family. We didn't know what that meant. Didn't know if she was going through the process of trying to get pregnant, if she was indeed already pregnant, if she was, you know, planning to have some in vitro fertilization. We didn't know what it was. I was a little concerned that it might mean that she was sick and that she was just trying to deflect. Well, sources are saying to Entertainment Tonight that she is pregnant. Don't really know if we ought to believe sources, because until it comes really from the horse's mouth, it's still just hearsay. But the story is picking up steam, and I guess she hasn't said that it's not true. You know, people that have been very private in the past and, you know, very secretive, and it's always this kind of weirdness surrounding the story, you know, it makes me automatically not believe anything until I kind of see it with my own eyes. So I'm a kind of feel like that with this as well. Until we see Janet Jackson pregnant, just gonna take it with a grain of salt. But if she is, okay, you guys know how I feel about, you know, folks having babies, but it's her first pregnancy, supposedly. Okay, allegedly. According to the Janet Jackson, you know, official story, this would be her first pregnancy, and those are usually the only cases where I'm just like, oh, okay, you know, she wasn't able to do it before, she's finally able to do it. Okay, a baby is always a blessing. I'm gonna leave it at that, you guys. So if it is indeed true, congrats are in order for Janet Jackson and her husband Wissam Al-Mana. We'll see what comes out in the next 8-9 months. Your boy 50 Cent. He was in an airport at Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, and he was walking through, and the unofficial story is there was a gentleman there who was saying weird things to 50 Cent, kind of mumbling under his breath, not really being clear what he was saying, and 50 Cent thought that meant that this boy was high. Not only did he think that to himself, but he turned on his phone social media, posted on Instagram how the youth of today are crazy and that this young man was high as a motherfucker. Now, them's his words, not mine. And of course, once the story was on Instagram, one of the classmates of the young man immediately identified this boy as Andrew Farrell and that he was a 19-year-old autistic kid. So yeah, not necessarily the best look for 50 Cent. The Farrell family was very upset that, you know, he did point this child out and, you know, embarrass him on social media. His stepfather, Ken Kramer, says that Andrew has autism and Asperger's syndrome, and that he is extremely socially anxious, and that's why the young man was kind of ignoring 50 Cent or necessarily not really saying anything, because once he knew that he was part of the spotlight, he got nervous and, you know, whatever. They also said that the young man had a hearing aid on, obviously on the opposite side that 50 Cent was on, because 50 Cent didn't realize that. So yeah, it's just bad all the way around. No way you can really get out of that kind of thing, but just to apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't know that that's what the case was. I shouldn't have done that. And for the most part, that's what 50 Cent did. But like I said, the unofficial story was that the boy was acting erratically. We just didn't get to see that on video. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I would like to believe that 50 Cent is not that much of an asshole, that he would just point somebody out without being provoked or something. Okay, and again, not saying the boy provoked them, but you know, just something that happened ahead of time for him to get to that point. So yeah, he apologized. The family did accept the apology. The family also wanted 50 Cent to donate $1 million to young Andrew's GoFundMe account, and no word on whether or not that happened. Actually, it has not happened, at least as far as GoFundMe is concerned, and I doubt that they'll get $1 million out of 50 Cent. But you know what, and just in order to make sure that this goes away, I wouldn't be surprised if 50 Cent did give them a little bit of change for their troubles. You ain't getting $1 million. 50 Cent do have some money problems right now, so yeah, it is not gonna be Gucci for him to be, shelling out $1 million to these folks here. But just to put the story to bed, give them a little money, get them to sign some paperwork that it's all done, and let that be that. But yeah, he apologized, and it's sad that we want to jump on social media so fast and show the misfortunes of other people. But I think it's a lesson for all of us. We cannot assume that just because someone is acting erratically that they are indeed on something. There may be some medical or mental issues there. So we'll see if that story is done and done. Lot going on around me. I think the damn Office Depot man is trying to hit on this woman that he helped to her car. Anyway, you guys, Beyonce. You guys watch Messy Miles? His Instagram is so funny. He is upset that she posted a second leg to her tour, you guys. So yeah, y'all scrape y'all change together and get out and see old girl. If she makes it through Atlanta, I may try to get in the po people's seats. I just need to be there for the experience. I've never seen her, but other than that, yeah, no, we ain't doing them high ass seats. But anyway, that aside, Beyonce was in North Carolina. She had a concert that was in I think an open arena, and the weather got very, very bad to the point where it was lightning and thundering, honey. If you ain't been to the South, do they consider North Carolina the South? I guess they still do consider that the South. The thunder and lightning that happens out this way is really unknown to mankind in other parts of the world. It has to be. You guys, that shit will have you thinking that the world is coming to an end. My kid still, Jada, she still gets terrified when we have thunder and lightning storms, and she's been here pretty much her whole life, and it just unrattles her. Anyway, you guys, the weather got very bad in North Carolina, and they had to cancel. Well, they had to stop the concert. Some people left, but a majority of the folks was still kind of hanging around to kind of see what was going to happen. And after an hour, the weather did subside. I wish he would just fucking get her number and let that be that shit. Beyonce did come back out on stage and finish her set, perform for all the people that was good enough to wait for her. I think they said that she said that if they in the rain, then she's in the rain, okay? Consummate performer. I was like, yeah, very good for Beyonce. I think that's great that she did that for her her beehive that was there for her, obviously. They say that because she went over the time allotted for this arena, that she was charged $1,000 a minute. When you do the addition on that, an hour, 60 minutes, that's $60,000. Okay. So yes, I think that's awesome that Beyonce did that for her fans. But you know, when I look at it from a business standpoint, I feel like Beyonce probably looked at this a different way. She's got staff, you know, her cast and crew of all of this that she's got to do. It's a big production. It would be way more expensive for her to come back and finish a damn concert that she had already did half of and pay everybody on her damn, you know, payroll. Instead, you know what? We just gonna eat it. I'm gonna pay these $60,000 if that's true, and I'm gonna do this and we gonna be done. Because honey, by the time she does all of that to get everybody back to North Carolina to do another concert, it would have been way more money. So yeah, I think that is good that she did that for her people, but I also think that at a business standpoint, you know, we got to look at the bigger picture. Bitch, we ain't fixing to pay, okay, $500,000 damn dollars or however much. That's probably being too much, y'all. Be putting 20 on 10, but we're not gonna spend all this other extra money on this concert when I can just finish it up here and be done. So I think that's what that probably was. But still, I think that's a good thing. I meant to look this up. They say that she's invested in something called watermelon water. I forgot. It's in my notes, but I didn't even look it up. So I don't know if that's true or not. But I've seen little pictures of some, you know, red water, and saying that that's her new investment. Y'all take that with the grain of salt that it is, okay? And then as far as Jay-Z, they're saying that he's planning a return diss album to Lemonade. They calling it Kool-Aid. Yeah, you guys, I don't believe that. I think that that's something that, you know, somebody decided to make up and that is just running in the blogs right now. But, you know, it's just like stupid. Why would he do that? Now, if he does have a new album or whatever, and he got a couple of songs that you might be able to link the two, you know, together, then that's one thing. But a whole diss album, you know, to his wife, okay, when allegedly he's supposed to be the one that the fucking shit was about, even though I still don't believe that. If and by any chance that it is real, again, it would just be something else for people to be spending their money on and making them more money. But I just honestly, I don't believe that he's doing that. It just seems too corny. It seems too silly to me. He's not one that I see as too much of a cornball. But I mean, it remains to be seen, you know, crazier things have happened. We'll see. What do you guys think though? Do you believe he's doing a diss album? I was like, where did that rumor come from? Okay, I think I need to know who the source was before I feel like I can, you know, believe it. But as of now, yeah, no. So many of you guys have asked me to do a story on Sunday and Miles versus Milan Christopher of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Sunday is actually of Basketball Wives fame. But, you know, they're all three of them are has-beens that have been kicked off of their shows, respectively, that they were on. And now it's all this foolishness in the blogs about Sunday and Miles being a couple. First of all, who the fuck gives a good goddamn if these two are together? Sunday is such she never represents herself well in the internet streets. She is a woman who is about my age. She is running around with this, what we all know is a gay man holding hands and posting pictures of them hugged up and kissing and all that. I mean, just ridiculous. Do you know how silly and foolish you look? If by any chance that the situation was real, which I 100% don't believe, I mean, I feel like this is stunts and shows for them to try to get back on one of these damn shows, whether or not it's Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop. I just feel like it's just, I mean, really, Sunday, girl, stop it. Well, Milan Christopher, because you guys know that he ain't never seen a Miles post that he can't fucking comment on. Him and Sunday start going back and forth about the fakeness of this relationship, and then, you know, she talks about his porns, and then he talks about his money, and then she talks about, you know, so they going back and forth, and the whole thing is just stupid. It just feels like somebody is trying to get back on the show. They say that Milan Christopher has a dating show on Bravo that Andy from Real Housewives of Atlanta is producing. Again, I don't know how true that is. I did see a picture of Milan and Andy and another gentleman on Instagram, but I don't really know the truth of that. If it's true, it's just like, wow, who would give him his... I mean, was we checking for Milan that much? But yeah, it's just like, why are we talking about Sunday and Miles and Milan, none of which are on any of the shows right now? Child, whatever. And then Jocelyn. So Jocelyn was on Wendy, and I thought Jocelyn was Jocelyn. She did a good job. She didn't try to ratchet it up too much. As a matter of fact, she made it a point to try to speak very clearly. She's working on her accent. She got them big ass teeth in her mouth, so sometimes she'd get a little mixed up, whatever. But she did well. They're on some sort of media blitz for Jocelyn. I've seen her doing the circuit recently, so I don't know what that's about. She's still telling the same story that she's been telling, so it's not really no new news. So I'm not sure what all that's about, but good for Jocelyn. She's trying to show that she's elevated. Remember, Wendy is a good look for her. She looked beautiful. I always think that Jocelyn, for the most part, as far as her face and hair, is always nice. Okay, sometimes she be doing way too fucking much with the, all of the jewels and rhinestones and shit. I remember watching the show one time. My husband was like, where the fuck she going with all that damn shit on? Her Stevie and Jocelyn show. She was always way over the top. That's why I was like, she'll never be LA. Never. They don't walk around with that shit in LA. Now here in Atlanta, sometimes you might see that. But yeah, no, not in LA. But anyway, yeah, I thought she did a good job. Okay, what did you guys think? Did you see it? I just saw the clips. I didn't watch the whole interview because I really didn't care. So if she did say some, if she did drop some bombs, y'all can go on and let me know. But I mean, if a bomb is that her and Stevie J weren't married or they're separated now, none of that is new. I mean, we already knew that, right? So that's it on the Love and Hip Hop franchise news, you guys. Y'all don't ask me about that damn Sunday and Miles and Milan ever again in life, please. Caitlyn Jenner, supposedly she's posing nude for Sports Illustrated cover, their 40th anniversary issue, posing naked, like I said, with just an American flag and Bruce's Olympic medals from him winning the decathlon of 1976. Okay, I mean, what you want me to say? Good for Caitlyn. Listen, I don't really know how I feel about Caitlyn Jenner. Now, I'm all for the transgender community, and people should be whatever they want to be and do whatever they want to do. If it's not fucking with me, then I don't give a fuck, right? But something about Caitlyn Jenner, she just doesn't seem to represent the transgender community to me. I don't feel like she represents it well. And that might be my own bias. It's not like I really watch her show, but when I do watch a couple of shows, a couple of her episodes, it's just never the connect with her and the other transgender women there. It just doesn't, something is, I don't know how to put it. I'm not saying that she's faking or that, it was really just for whatever publicity. I'm not saying any of that. I'm sure, if Bruce Jenner went through all of that he went through to become Caitlyn Jenner, I'm sure that's what he wanted to do. But for whatever reason, it's making me just sort of just be like, I think I want some of my transgendered rock stars that watch me to tell me how the community feels about Caitlyn Jenner. Not you motherfuckers out there who just really ain't even here for the transgenders. Okay, I understand if that's how you feel, that's fine as well. But I really want people to chime in that are in touch with that community, even gay community, whatever. But I mean, what is it that I'm missing? Why is it that we can't get the connection with Caitlyn Jenner? Why do I feel like she's not that representative? Is it because she's so much more rich and powerful than the ones that struggle, being in the transgender community? I don't know what it is. But, I mean, if the transgender community want to claim this as a victory, having her on the Sports Illustrated issue, nude, then okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, I want you guys to tell me how you feel about it. Please leave it in the comments, okay? Eddie Murphy, congratulations are in order. He and his girlfriend Paige Butcher has had a little girl. Okay, this would be Eddie Murphy's 9th child. Somebody check on Paige, make sure she ain't got worms. Congrats, okay, to little baby girl Izzy Anna Murphy. And listen, we love babies around here, but why did they name that child Izzy? Can you imagine Paige's white family trying to call little Izzy on her? Well, why you do that to the black? I mean, I was just like, Izzy. I don't want them to name her that. But, I mean, it's their baby, right? Everybody is happy. So good for them, okay? I'm going to leave it with, congratulations to Eddie and Paige and little baby Izzy. Speaking of babies, infanticipating. First up, Kerry Washington. She is expecting her second child with her husband, the African football player. I don't remember his name, you guys. So they're going to be cutting the Scandal season from 22 episodes to 16 episodes next year. I don't know if that's the official word, but that's what I've been hearing. And good, okay? 16 is fine, child. And especially when How to Get Away with Murder is usually only 12 episodes or some shit, and then we got to be going on and on and on with Scandal. People were saying that they wanted her to be a single mother. I was just like, why don't you guys get into the character development of Olivia Pope? There's absolutely no way. I mean, she just had an abortion on the show. I don't see Shonda writing it in that she's a single black mother trying to get into the Oval Office. Like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, stranger things has happened, and maybe Shonda will write that in, but I highly doubt that they will have Olivia be a single black mother with all that she's trying to do on Scandal. So yeah, but I mean, I guess if it seems to happen, then I will come on and say I was wrong. But for right now, you guys, I don't think that's gonna happen. And then also DJ Khaled and his fiance, they're expecting their first child. Neither of them have kids, so this is a blessing. Again, every child is a blessing. Congratulations to them too. Now, not quite ready to say I told you so, but we almost there, you guys. I know you've heard that Kim Fields is tossing around the idea of coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I think I told you guys that we will never say never until it happens, because that money looks real good to you. It looks like Real Housewives of Atlanta might want Kim Fields back, and if she want to line her damn pockets with a few Bravos, coins, then why not? This always happens on these reality shows. They'll say all of this stuff, and then the next thing you know, they back. And as negative and shit as that show was for her, if she does return, I'm sure she will be a different Kim. Those shows have a way of changing you. We've seen it happen with everybody on these shows. So Kim's no different. Not quite ready to tell you I told you so just yet, but y'all get ready. The Forbes top 5 richest in hip-hop. Okay, the hip-hop folks, rappers, whatever you want to call it. The list stays the same. It's Puffy, it's Dr. Dre, it's Jay-Z, it's Birdman, it's Drake. In that order. So no surprises there. Who wasn't on the list was your boy Soulja Boy. Even though they say that he just inked a $400 million contract. Nobody seems to know what the fuck it is. He's just tweeted that, and not hating on the young man. Soulja Boy has been very successful in a lot of things that he's done, but I'm going to reserve the right to not believe Mr. Soulja Boy until I get concrete proof, because that's the same nigga that put the $100 bill on each side of a stack of white copy paper and post that on the internet as if he had a stack of hundreds, and it was just paper, y'all. They're saying that it might be a phone app. They're citing that he got writer credit on Beyonce's album. Evidently, in one of the songs, she mentions hopped up out of bed, turned my swag on, or some shit from what was that song? Hop up out of bed, turn my swag on, take a look in the mirror, say what's up? Yeah, get money. That used to be the jam, you guys. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's even in the songs, any of the Beyonce songs. I don't know, child. But yeah, he say he got this $400 million deal, and I guess he wouldn't be on the Forbes list for this year because it happened this year. So we'll look out to see if he's on the Forbes list next year. And then lastly, Roxstars, we have to say a rest in peace to Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur, okay, who died unexpectedly the other day at 69 years old. I think they said she had a heart attack. I hate when I don't have the information, but she died very unexpectedly. Like I said, she was in the middle of a very bitter divorce. from Pastor Gus Davis. And there have been stories in the past that Mr. Davis was trying to get his hands on Afeni's money, and they were trying to go through this case to make sure that he didn't get it. Now that she's passed, they said that Ms. Shakur definitely had an ironclad will, and that there is absolutely no way that Mr. Davis is going to get his hands on Afeni's and Tupac's legacy, the music, the money, any of that. It just makes you feel like, damn, I just wish Prince could have did that. That story is still so weird. We are not going to get into all of that because this is about Afeni Shakur. And you go, girl, for taking care of business and making sure that everything is in order. And hell with Mr. Gus Davis, who's trying to get the money out of her. Well, it's done now. Hopefully she's resting in heaven with her son. Prayers for the family and friends. Rest in peace, Afeni Shakur. Alright, you guys, that's it. Fixing to get my sushi and then make it on back to work. Okay, we do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.